Ningning congratulating Chinese athletes during the Winter Olympics 2022 has been the biggest Aespa controversy recently. While this may seem like it's not a big deal to international fans, the truth is much more worrying. This scandal could potentially lead to Ningning leaving the group to promote as a soloist back in China to avoid getting more backlash. The whole situation is a mess, so let's get into it. The idea that SM Entertainment is setting Aespa up for failure has started going around ever since they debuted. Actually, even before they debuted, but that's a whole other story. Aespa's career so far has been filled with nothing but controversies and a lot of big successful comebacks. From plagiarism issues to rumors about the members, Aespa has been going through a lot since their debut, and while none of it so far has been career-ruining, Ningning's latest controversy has the potential to be. People have gone as far as to ask SM to remove her from the group and send her back to China, but netizens' hate and criticism against them has been accumulating over the years and has been reaching the extremes lately. It would be hard not to worry about Aespa's future at this point. After the scandal with Black Mamba's teaser and music video when Aespa debuted, the same issue was repeated, which means SM has had no trouble ruining Aespa's image due to their incompetence once again. They stole the concept of another artist, and Aespa were making headlines for all the wrong reasons again. But even if we ignore all the scandals of SM tarnishing their image while also stealing the work of other artists, Aespa have barely had any original songs. While both of their title tracks and B-sides are bops, 3 out of the 5 title tracks and singles they have released are remakes of other songs. Next Level is a remake of a song from the Fast and Furious original soundtrack, Forever is also a remake, and Dreams Come True is a remake of SES's song. It's not like SM hasn't done this with their other groups, but it's barely been 2 years since Aespa debuted, and a big portion of the songs they're getting are remake songs. It's true that the songs are wildly successful, but they need to have some original songs if they want to make a long-time mark in the industry. The groups that have debuted in the same year have already had their fair share of original releases and mini albums, while Aespa still have yet to do this. People are fearing that if SM keeps doing this, Aespa will have the same fate as FX, who never officially disbanded, but they haven't had a comeback since 2015. That, and also the fact that SM won't ever let the members perform live, aren't doing the group any favors. Their performances so far have mostly been pre-recorded, and even then, they have lip-synced most of the time. Which is ridiculous, cause everyone following them knows that they can sing. Just the fact that they're under a group from SM should be substantial proof that the vocalists of the group are incredibly talented. But so far, SM hasn't let them show these incredible skills because they aren't even allowed to do live performances. It looks like at this point, SM are too focused on the perfect side of the performance to stick to what made the Aespa members stand out so much, but people are losing respect for them as artists because of this. Netizens are already very harsh on them, and this isn't really helping. Outside of their artistry, the scandals involving the members have also been abundant. These scandals have been mostly very out-of-pocket claims about the personalities of the members. Winter has been the victim of the most horrible, malicious claims so far, and none of them have been debunked by SM, but by the fans themselves. These claims range from completely ridiculous ones, like hating her for being a feminist, to more serious ones. SM have not once sued any of the people who have come up with these ridiculous rumors, but it's obvious that netizens have a grudge against them and will come up with anything to ruin the members' reputations. If SM doesn't debunk these rumors and send some lawsuits to the people coming up with them, this could seriously damage Aespa's image to the Korean public and worldwide. And netizens are very strict with their cancel culture, meaning that if they happen to cancel an idol or a public figure, they rarely ever come back from them. What's most worrying to me though is what's happening with Ningning lately. The wave of hate against her has reached some extreme levels, and it doesn't look like it'll stop anytime soon. If you don't know what's happening, Ningning congratulated the 2 Chinese medalists for their win at the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics. She went on Bubble and shared that the 2 winners were, in fact, her alumni. However, she was also respectful as she shared good wishes for the Korean athletes and participants from other countries. 2 days later, China's gold medal in short track speed skating caused some controversy as the Korean competitor KOOKIELIT claimed China had cheated in the race. Korean netizens and media outlets started twisting her Bubble message, claiming that she supported the controversy, that she congratulated China, and the media completely omitted the part where she congratulated Korean athletes as well. Ningning then started getting extreme hate for her Bubble messages, which were made 2 days prior to the scandal. The comments included, "Let's start a petition to kick Ningning out of the group. I've been getting into Aespa lately, but she's making me start disliking them now. And the Chinese are always the same in the end. Go back to your country." The time of the message is what the media outlets ignored when reporting the news though, cutting and sometimes even editing the date of the message from the screenshots they posted. It's known that there are tensions between Korea and China, but these netizens have yet to step back and realize that she has nothing to do with any of that. She hasn't talked bad about any of the Korean athletes, nor did she condone the controversy with the gold medal, so why is she getting so much hate? The only answer is xenophobia, but netizens netizens have taken it way too far this time. They have requested for Ningning to be removed from the group altogether, and the article talking about Korean netizens demanding her to leave the group became the #1 trending topic on Weibo. They started cutting postcards of her, asking her to leave the country, and even went as far as to hack her personal Instagram account and expose every person she followed. The hate comments against her are getting at least 12,000 upvotes, and we only see these kinds of numbers when top actors and idols have dating or even much bigger scandals. SM Entertainment has done nothing as of February 14th to protect her from all of this hate, and it hasn't calmed down either, so Aespa's future doesn't look good, which makes many of us worried. Some netizens were speculating that Ningning would go back to China after some years anyway and start a career there. And if the hate doesn't stop anytime soon, it looks like the day she returns to China is closer than we think. A similar scandal with a Chinese idol happened recently. Everglow's Yeon was criticized because when the other Korean members knelt down and touched their foreheads to the floor in traditional Korean style, Yeon used a Chinese hand gesture to thank her fans and wish them a happy new year. Netizens felt like she was being disrespectful to Korean culture and flooded online communities with hate posts about her. A few days after this, Yehua Entertainment announced that Yeon would temporarily retire from group activities to focus on her academics, and she would be returning to China for a while. The excuse they gave is that she would go back to visit her family, but others speculated that this is only the start and that they wouldn't be surprised if Yeon starts promoting in China while Everglow would continue promoting as Five. And if you have any sense of decency, you will understand that being a K-pop idol doesn't mean to completely leave your own culture behind. Yeon, just like Ningning, are not Korean. They're active in Korea. They're respectful towards the culture of the country, but they're Chinese and they will never change that. Plus, they haven't done or said anything disrespectful, and it's perfectly normal for Ningning to congratulate her home country just like Korean idols are doing it right now. It's really disgusting to turn everything Chinese idols have to say into something political when they're not even talking about politics in the first place. It's insane that it's considered political when she basically just said, "I'm happy that my home country won a medal, but athletes from all countries are amazing." Are foreign idols just not supposed to say anything about anything ever without netizens turning it into something political and then starting a witch hunt against them? It's not even about the sport at this point. It's about country and pride. The same thing that happened to Yeon with the hiatus and all of that can happen to Ningning, especially considering SM's way of dealing with scandals overall. I mean, instead of standing up for Lucas, they sent him on hiatus and let it simmer down. SM will either put Ningning on hiatus with the usual excuse that she needs to reflect on her actions and pretend she doesn't exist until the issue eventually is forgotten by the general public, or they will send her to China so she can start promoting there as a soloist and Aespa will continue promoting as 3. Either way, with so many scandals and people being set on destroying their careers and making them out to be terrible people, the future doesn't look too bright for Aespa until SM takes action to protect their artists. It's only the beginning of their career and they're dealing with this much already. I just hope that the members, and especially Ningning, are doing okay right now and that SM finally wakes up and starts treating them like people and not just moneymakers. They deserve better. What do you think about all of this? Is SM going to make Ningning leave the group? Share your thoughts in the comments and thank you for watching the video. Bye!